Every journey gets us closer to the same truth. We all need connection.
You are watching In Conversation This Week with Miceal O'Hurley.
This is Miceal O'Hurley, and thank you for joining us for another special edition of In Conversation This Week and our continued coverage of Russia's invasion of Ukraine. This morning we are joined by Yuliya X. I say X because we're keeping people's names confidential for their own safety. Yuliya, how are you?
In this situation, I don't know how to say how I'm, but fine. No, I'm really nervous.
Are you in a safe place?
Yes, we are with my family and friends at my home.
And where is home for you?
My home is in the village near to the Kyiv.
Have you been able to hear the sounds of fighting in the distance? Is there any evidence of fighting near you?
Yes, we are able to hear. They are far from, but we hear all of them.
Do you have electricity, running water? Have the infrastructure remained in place?
Now we have, because we have a private house. So
where are you getting your news?
From Facebook and the social, social sites of government.
Do you believe that the information you are getting is reliable?
Yes, I believe that it is reliable.
There are a lot of people who questioned how Ukraine could have elected a comedian president. And yet, over the past few days, he seems to have stepped up to the task of leading his nation. What's your thought?
I believe in my president, and he is very, I don't know, truly and very strict man, I think.
I spoke to a woman who was 46 years old yesterday. She had a 20-year-old daughter who just returned home from university and a 13-year-old daughter. The 13-year-old and 20-year-old were determined to fight for Ukraine, and the mother and two girls are joining with other women to defend their homeland. Does that surprise you?
No, that's not a surprise to me. A lot of my friends are in obrona. I don't know how to translate this. It means like
defense.
They turn to defense our city. Not they are not military people, but they start in the military now because they.
Vladimir Putin has spread information that Ukraine is so cruel that they're forcing innocent civilians to fight. Do you believe that to be the case, or what is the truth?
No, they are not forcing. It's like, как сказать, что нас никто не принуждает идти в оборону, что это на основе. We are not forced. It's our own выбор, да. Our own choice. Thank you. Можете говорить мне по-русски, я на самом деле подумала.
I have to ask, do you have enough food, and is there access to medical supplies or medicines if you need them?
Now we have enough food, but I don't know what will be in future.
What is your sense of your surroundings? Have you seen the roads packed with displaced people, evacuees? Are people sheltering in place? Give me the impressions of the world around you right now.
Actually, 5 minutes ago, my friend sent me the video with shocking video with shooting men, their neighbors, and they saw the column of tanks. I don't know, tanks. It's words for English for the tank. Yes. So that's what's shocking. Personally, I didn't see nothing shocking from the window, and only just by social.
Are you near any military installations that would put your home at risk?
No, we have no any military bases near surrounding. No, we have no.
And do you have any way of defending your home if necessary?
I actually only one weapon, and that's all. We haven't much. We have now 16 people here with children.
How are the children? Are they traumatized? Are they aware of what's going on around them?
The age of the children are different from 15 to 1 years old, and 15 and 12 years old. They understand, and they are terrified, especially when nights come. So they are crying.
Have you heard aircraft overhead?
Yes, we are.
Is there any plan for evacuation for you, or do you believe the safest thing is to stay where you are?
Yes, we are believe that the safest things is where we are now, because the road is very dangerous now.
Do you have a sense that your government is doing all that it can to defend Ukraine?
Yes, we are believe that they are do everything, and the military are working very good now.
We live in an age in which you can push an address into a satellite navigation system or into your cell phone and find any spot in the world within 3 meters. And yet, Russian missiles are striking civilian buildings. Do you believe that it is the policy of the Russian government to frighten civilians so that they might turn on the Ukrainian government?
Yes, they do this. They start to fight the civil buildings and houses, and even the child houses where the orphans. Yes, I don't know. Just yes, they do this actually. Yes, we have videos, and
This may be the first time in history, possibly Syria before this, in which war crimes are being recorded by average men and women and even children with their mobile phones, posting the evidence of war crimes on TikTok, Facebook, Twitter. Do you think that the world will ever hold Putin and the Russian government responsible for this war?
I really hope that they will take their all response that they are doing now here in Ukraine.
The world was slow. No, you're quite okay. The world was quite slow to try to stop Putin. Were you surprised that the West continued to believe that they could deal with this man and that his word was any good?
Yes, I really surprised that they are not doing nothing. They're doing nothing. I'm sorry. I'm really surprised.
Are you aware that the EU, the United States, Great Britain, that everybody is enforcing quite deep sanctions upon Vladimir Putin personally, his regime, and his country?
So the latest news that they are turning off the SWIFT program now, that they are worked for this. So I hope they will do the sanctions which they should.
Do you believe the West should have done this months ago?
I hope that they do this promptly now.
Everyone I talk to in the country from Kyiv to Kherson, from Luhansk to Lviv, have told me that they want NATO to create a no-fly zone so that Ukraine at least has a chance to fight on the ground. Do you believe that NATO should take a part in protecting civilians in Ukraine?
Yes, I hope that they will do this. They will protect our sky, not to have the war there.
Yuliya, I want to ask you before we go, if you could look a European leader in the face and ask them something today, what would you ask them?
I just pray that they will protect us. I'm sorry. In any leader, just please.
Yuliya, you have nothing to apologize for. If anything, the world should apologize to Ukraine. They promised to defend you in the Budapest Memorandum. And today, your country is falling to a cruel Russian invasion. We can only wish you all the best.
Thank you.
Will you stay in touch with me if we can do anything or if you have any news?
Okay.
Slava Ukraini.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Bye.
Take care. I'm Miceal O'Hurley, and you've heard our report from just outside of Kyiv. You've been watching In Conversation this week in our continuing coverage of Russia's invasion of Ukraine.
$300 million years ago, there was no Africa, Asia, Americas, or Europe. Just one big supercontinent, Pangea. And today, there is still a force connecting those divided by distance, reversing millions of years of rifting. Making far feel close, bringing there to here. Turkish Airlines.